The following program is a production of Naleo TV.
Welcome to Island Science. On this show, we learn about science and technology happening right here on Hawaiʻi Island. This is Island Science, and we're here with the Hawaiʻi Science and Technology Museum. We are here to get to know the person who started HSTM and all the different things that they are doing to perpetuate STEM education here on our island. Let's chat with them and check out some of the cool things that they do.
You know, I want a bright future for my kids, and this whole thing started for me as a dad wanting that for my children. And I know there's a lot of moms and dads that feel the same. And our children shouldn't be limited just because of where we live. They should be able to do whatever they want. I have to pinch myself because this is like the vision that we had from the very beginning. Is we wanted Hawaiʻi Science and Technology Museum to be this magical space. We're really looking at not just educating the child, but giving them a glimpse of, and giving them the tool set as well of what they can do in the future as an adult, as a member of our Hawaiʻi Island community, so they don't have to move away and then we lose our families and really lose the identity of where we live. I'm Christian Wong. I'm the Executive Director of Hawaiʻi Science and Technology Museum and have been for the last 8 years. I'm the founding director, and so it's been just a wonderful ride. So it started basically just as an idea. It came out of the fact that I'm a dad. I have 2 young kids, 2 young boys, and I felt that there were not enough opportunities in STEM and STEAM education here on Hawaiʻi Island. And so I just had this idea and just thing inside of me that I just felt that we needed to build another science museum to cover, all the different cutting edge research that we have here. I went to school to be a high school science teacher, and but along the way I ended up getting into the fire department. So I was a firefighter for 25 years. I did a full career, really enjoyed that. It's just Hawaii Fire is just such a wonderful organization. But I always had that desire to get back into STEM education and STEM research. I got together a few of my friends and we formed a board of directors. We formed the organization. So initially we were doing a lot of the outreach programs that you would associate with a science and tech museum. So science camps, after-school programs, tutoring, and we kind of started there, because we didn't have the resources for a physical location at the time. But we felt, we could still make a big impact even with minimal resources available to us. Long gone are the days of a one-man show where I just show up with my van full of fun things to do. It's like a whole undertaking. I have to pinch myself because this is like the vision that we had from the very beginning. Is we wanted Hawaiʻi Science and Technology Museum to be this magical space where families could come together, and it's, like the theme we went is kind of like a steampunk theme where it's just really like, what would science fiction look like if you lived in the 1800s or something when science was still something that was fairly new within the public consciousness and everybody was really excited about it, and it almost had like this magical sense to it. And so that's kind of like the space that we wanted to create, and we're so lucky to get this location right here in the Kaikoura building that has the architecture to definitely support that theme. And then so we have lots of different activities. It's meant to be a place where families can just come hang out, relax. So we have, board games, we have lots of books. If you just want to curl up in a comfortable chair and read a book. Many of the books have been donated, and we have a wide variety of books, like all different types of subjects. We have all our musical instruments, so if you want to try and learn how to play the violin or learn how to play guitar, it's all here. We have our marble machine, so that's more of like an engineering challenge. So families will come together and try and build their own roller coaster with the marble machine. We have a play area for really young kids with puzzles and other activities. It's a mix that we collected all throughout the years. So, from like I was saying in the early days when, we wanted to be a museum. So part of that was having exhibitions. So some of the things are items that we picked up either through donation or purchase with grant money. The saber-tooth tiger in particular, we did have to pay for that. That one is a really special piece. It's a research grade specimen of Smilodon fetalis that we got from the La Brea tar pits in California. So it's like a really, really special piece that we got here. And hopefully we can get more like that. As beautiful it is, it's essentially just a big empty box, right? So, which is great because then we have the flexibility to change without a huge amount of effort, and it can really take on the characteristics of a particular theme or of a particular program that we're running. So for example, we just recently had the Hilo community players were in here and they did a production of the Rocky Horror Show. So we have like all these little clubs and programs that use this as their home base. So the children's chorus that I mentioned, they practice here every week. It's just a wonderful space for us to bring our community together, really, and that's what it always was meant to be, and we're just so lucky that we're able to have this place. The museum here, our exhibit hall, is kind of like the central nervous system of all the programs that we have are going across the communities. Now that we do have a physical location in downtown Hilo, we work closely with our museum square friends, so that's our museum, East Hawaiʻ Cultural Center, Mokupapapa Discovery Center, and Pacific Tsunami Museum. We have 2 robotic centers. We have about 10 to 12 different programs happening at any given one time. We're serving about 20,000 people a year now across the island. So it's turned into a huge thing. And I really feel it's because the need was there. This is something the parents really want for their kids, and it's something the kids really love and really engage with. So that's why we've been able to grow the way we have. In particular, we mostly serve like all of East Hawaiʻ. So we've had programs from Hamakua, Hilo, Puna, all the way down to Naalehu and everywhere in between. But it was those early years and the ongoing partnerships with the schools that really helped us a lot. So just a really wide variety of programs, and the Hawaii District Science Fair comes under us. We've just started a new music education program, the Hummingbirds. So with that, we have the Hummingbirds Children's Chorus, as well as we've partnered with Hilo High and their band teacher. And so we're going to all the elementary schools across the Hilo complex and teaching kids how to play instruments and getting them interested in music and excited about music. So for example, we have the Menehune Mighty Builders. So that's a new club that we just started about 2 months ago. It's a model building and special effects club. So what that is if kids want to learn how to build models, but then take those, make them at a really high level of detail, and then film those and try and make little stop motion movies and stuff out of that. So that's a really cool little club that recently was started by one of our volunteers, Nicholas Ladizinski. We have our traditional Hawaiian canoe carving program. It's our Nakamau Kalaiva'a. Not only look at the future, but also look to the past to help us chart our way forward. And I'm really proud of that program, and our program lead on that, our Kalaiva'a Alika Bumatai. He's only one of a very small handful of carvers left that know how to do it in the traditional way. And that kind of knowledge is on the verge of being lost, getting in touch back with their culture, and something that they love to do with their hands, but now they're gaining carpentry skills, which can then turn into a career. So again, we're always looking at, okay, what kind of job can the kids get out of this too in the future? You know, if we have code, obviously coding, yeah, there's lots of jobs that you can do with that, or building robots. It's not only about building robots, it's learning how to solve problems, use your hands to figure things out and overcome things, and learning how to communicate to people, and learning how to communicate your ideas and your work in written as well as verbal form. So a lot of our programs, we're really looking at not just educating the child, but giving them a glimpse of, and giving them the tool set as well of what they can do in the future as an adult, as a member of our Hawaii Island community, so they don't have to move away and then we lose our families and really lose the identity of where we live. So about half of my job is writing grants, doing grant reports, and just trying to get enough resources to run our different programs. I feel very strongly, as well as our board and our staff, that we shouldn't be charging for these kind of services. We want any kid that's interested in building a robot, or any kid that wants to learn how to carve a canoe in the traditional Hawaiian way, or all these different programs that we have, they should be able to do that, and money shouldn't be a barrier to that. So Waikea is one of our new schools that we've added on in recent years. Originally started at Kaumana and De Silva, and that has expanded. Every year we add on a couple more schools. We do about one science night a month now, so our school year gets packed pretty quickly. We brought a bunch of different partners together from other organizations, research organizations, education organizations. So there are a lot of different hands-on physics demonstrations, activities involving entomology and invasive species. We had, as always, we had robotics there, lots and lots of robotics.
Hi, I'm Kelly Miyazu. I'm a volunteer with Hawaii Science and Technology Museum. We're here today for Science Night. It's a family-friendly, fun event to get kids interested in STEAM activities, so science, technology, engineering, art, and math activities. So HSTM hosts Science Night. So we do Science Nights throughout the academic year. We do them at a variety of schools all around the east side of the island. So it's open to all of the students in the school. We want as many students to participate with their families as possible and come and enjoy all of the different activities. Tonight at the Hawaii Science and Technology Museum table, we have snap circuit kits out for the kids to try. So snap circuit kits are basically like a miniature model of how a power grid works. And so it helps kids to kind of get interested in engineering and learning about how electricity works, so they can come by our table and put together one of the kits.
I'm RJ Koshi. I'm a senior at Waikea High School, and I'm here with Next Tech and TLC Robotics. Basically, we're trying to encourage kids to come here, experience engineering. In this case, we have drones, just to have the kids kind of get into what engineering is like, what the engineering field is, and also spark interest. The whole point of Next Tech is not only to encourage STEM and group work, but to just bring more people into the engineering community. We try to encourage kids through camps not only to learn STEM, but leadership, as well as group activities, because learning or being a good group communicator is very important for STEM. You always work with other people.
I am Doug Simons. Today, I'm the butterfly guy. By day, my job is the director of the UH Institute for Astronomy. I'm here to help introduce kids to science. Believe it or not, I didn't touch a telescope till I was about 13, 14. When I was from about 6 to 12, I caught butterflies, and that's how I got involved with science. These are cases that I collected of butterflies over the years when I was a little kid, mostly from California and Florida, where I grew up. And the amazing part about this is that in Hawaii, there are so few butterflies, period, let alone a variety. Elementary school kids just go crazy because they've never seen this. They didn't even know these little creatures exist. So it's a lot of fun for me. I get a million questions. Every butterfly has a story behind it about how it's caught or what it eats or how it avoids predators. So there's a lot of science in the individual butterflies or collectively. Yeah, I've been showing butterflies for 15, 20 years. I generally go to the elementary school teacher's classroom, so it's a little more intimate. And I knew immediately from the kids' reactions, they were just, I can't get away even after an hour of intense questioning. Just surround me, want to know all the details of these butterflies. So I knew early on that there's a lot of interest in the students here. And like I said, this is my sort of gateway to science, catching and collecting butterflies.
Aloha, I'm Taylor. I work for the Center for Mauna Kea Stewardship, and I'm a natural resource associate up there on Mauna Kea. Today we're here doing science night at Hawaiʻ, and we're teaching the kids and Keiki about the VQ bug, which is a special endemic bug only found on the summit of Mauna Kea. So really unique, and just trying to get kids interested in our natural resources and learn more about our island and the creatures that inhabit our island.
Hi, I'm Tanya Nagin, Vice Principal at Hawaiʻ Elementary School. This is the first time in this collaboration, and I think it really works well, especially with the format. You know, they brought a lot of great vendors for to show our kids and the families. Previously, we had it in the classrooms, and and they got to pick which one they want. But I think I like this format better, where we have them all here in the gym. The parents can rotate, and the students can rotate, and visit all of them. So I think that's a really good collaboration. It's great that we can have our kids and our families come and experience science in a different format. So it's great to have everybody here.
I'm Erica Caneo, and I'm one of the teachers here at Hawaiʻ Elementary School. I work with 2nd and 3rd grade students. They're really excited, and I think they're just curious just to dive in there and just see the expansive careers that science has to offer. Yes, we've been having a high interest. This is the first time we've partnered with outside organizations, and the attendance seems to be really well.
My name is Rel Hayashi. I wanted to see the cool things in the science activities. Probably the insects one is my favorite. I didn't know that we had like a native insect, like a dragonfly or a wasp.
My name is Shay Canale. I feel good. Like, I really like all the stations. They're very interesting. I learned different kind of insects at a bar, and then I learned a little bit more about the volcano and stuff that is in the mountain and cool walks. That might be my top one. I really like that one.
My name is Kenna Matsuura, and I'm in 4th grade. I really liked the volcano station, because I learned more about like fossils and like volcano rocks and stuff. I like coming to these events because of my friends, because my friends are here most of the time. And I also like the fun activities.
My name is Danielle Gross. I'm here with my kids. I have a 1st grader and a 4th grader here at Hawaiʻ. And my husband and I are both scientists, so we always enjoy coming to this activity every year with the kids. It was all of us an opportunity to try it out. So some of the things we've never done before. This is really different than previous years. And it's usually guest speakers, not so much hands-on. So this is a great opportunity to do hands-on activities. Yeah, the robots were really a big hit with my boys. So I think we'll be back to try that. In my fourth grader, he's really into the drones, and he asks for one for Christmas every year. So I think this is a good opportunity for him to see what it's really like to play with them, and maybe he can get involved in high school too, because they did mention that their helpers are all in high school at Waikea. So.
Mokupapapa Discovery Center is such a wonderful partner to have for this robotics center, because them being the educational outreach arm of the Papahanao Mokuakea Northwest Hawaiian Island Reserve, and being a representative of NOAA as well, you know, they're very, very interested in seeing our kids come up and have skills to be future researchers, future engineers, to be involved in their programs that they are involved in all across the country, I should say. It's just been such a wonderful partnership to work with them, because we have many of the same goals as far as giving our students in the Hawaii Island community opportunities and sharing with them all the different cutting edge research that's happening right here on our island or within our state. We do a lot of workshops here, especially electronics workshops. We're really big on trying to get kids to understand the basics of electricity and how it works, current and voltage and resistance and all that stuff. So we do a lot of those kind of projects and workshops. We're really fortunate, as mentioning, a lot of the mentors that we have are either high school kids that came up through robotics teams or now are off at engineering schools, undertaking engineering degrees, and they'll come back and they'll run the workshops for us. So it's really, really cool, especially during summer and winter break. We have really, really top-notch, especially electronics workshops, because that's when all our engineering students are back in the community. Besides that, as I mentioned earlier, we do have other things going on too, like the Menehune Mighty Builders that have been meeting here, building models and getting into special effects and videography and stuff like that. So that's a really cool program that we just started recently. And then of course, then we always have trainings here. So as I mentioned, the big goal is to get more robotics coaches in the community. So we'll always have training for new coaches, or kind of like refresher training for coaches who want more information, or if we partnered with code.org to provide coding workshops for students, as well as the teachers who are going to be delivering the curriculum. We've also partnered with Gen Cyber. We did a cybersecurity workshop. That was really well received. So, you know, just lots of opportunities for kids who have interest in these different areas that they can try it out. And again, all free. And I do want to especially thank our sponsors too. I haven't mentioned, but the Stupski Foundation has been huge. Like, they have supported us so much, as well as the Hawaii Community Foundation. Those two organizations, I mean, we would not be able to offer even a fraction of what we're able to offer to the community if it weren't for those two foundations. So we're really, really appreciative to them too. One thing too that I wanted to mention, especially about this place, what makes it really special is it belongs to the whole community. The difficulty that we found in the community is that a lot of kids want to do robotics, and a lot of parents want their kids doing robotics because there's so many benefits. But the problem is that there's not enough coaches to go around. A school typically will have maybe 1 or 2 teachers that can handle, because it's a huge commitment. You know, it's asking a lot of a teacher to teach class all day, and then now let's have a robotics practice for 3 hours. So, the opportunities can be limited. So we created this space where if you're a parent and you want your kid to get into it, you can come here. We have the public education side where you can learn all about robots, and you can drive robots, and you can build robots. But then we also have our lab in the back there, where if your kid is really into it, you can get together with other kids and other parents and form your own team. It is exactly what it's called. It's meant to be a community robotics center. And that's why we have all the banners of all the different teams, all the different school teams, as well as garage teams, because we want people to know it belongs to all of us, not just one team, not just one school. It's for everybody. And anybody can come here, and it's free. Because of the efforts of doing that over the past 2 years, we probably have about 50 more kids doing competitive robotics on Hawaii Island, just because of these programs. And if you think about that, that's huge. Like 50 kids now that didn't get to do it before now can do it. There's like a good pathway from really young kids all the way up to high school that you can compete in it. We've had great successes with the teams that are based out of here. First and foremost, I have to again mention the KL Cougar Tech's high school robotics team that, they have just been amazing for many years now. They've been the prime team supporting our efforts in spreading robotics education across the communities. Every single weekend, if you're a parent and you want your kid to get involved in robotics, the KL Cougar Tech high school team is there helping us and the rest of our staff make that happen. Like, we truly believe like it takes a village to raise a child, right? Like, we feel that our role is extremely important in, like as you said, spearheading, but we are certainly not the end all be all. Like, we live by our partnerships and the collaboration. Like, I always look at the opportunity to work with other organizations as a win for the entire community. It's definitely not like, oh, we just want to be the center of this. Not at all. We want to be a part of it, a part of the community, a part of the partnerships that are growing and providing these services all across the community. And so we're very proud to be part of this larger collaboration within Hawaii Island, bringing these things. I think a lot of it is because, like, I want a bright future for my kids, and like I said earlier, whether that's to build robots or play in a symphony orchestra or sing in a band, or create wonderful pieces of art, or research cures and come up with cures for diseases. Our kids should be able to have that future.
Mahalo for watching this episode, and for more information, visit HawaiiScienceMuseum.org.